meteorologist Jamie Warner.
All right, now, again, it looks like we are watching the beginnings of what will be a line of severe storms which will push east across the Ozarks overnight tonight. Here's what it looks like currently on radar. The individual thunderstorms that we were tracking earlier this afternoon and early this evening have lifted north into a more stable air mass, and they've since weakened. We're not finding really much, if anything, to the south across southern Missouri and northern Arkansas for the time being. But you can see this line of severe storms which continues to race east at about 45 miles per hour, at least in this part of the line, which is bowing out. And as I mentioned going into the break, that is a signature for at least the potential of damaging winds. Some of that potential may be negated because it looks like this part of the line, at least, is located a bit further north across areas where the air mass near the surface is more stable, and that may make it a little bit tougher for some of this stronger wind energy to make it all the way down to the surface. But on radar, this is what we're sensing, at least just off the ground. You can see stronger winds coming into areas like Stockton and Stockton Lake, but when you get into areas where you see the blue colors here, that's where we're looking at winds estimated as high as maybe 55 to 60 miles per hour. And this is off the surface, but some of that wind energy may be able to make it down to the ground across parts of, looks like Dade County. And some of that wind energy may also make it down to the ground in areas of Cedar County. In addition to that, we've also got very, very heavy rainfall and lots of lightning with this line of severe storms as, again, it continues to race east at about 45 miles per hour. Now, the instability builds as we drop further south and west along this line, and that has me a little bit more concerned for areas south of where the line has made its way into western Missouri. Southwest Missouri into maybe the northwest corner of Arkansas, we are going to have to watch this portion of the line because it looks like this segment may race east with another bow possibly developing across Oklahoma that then pushes east across southern Missouri later tonight. And I think that with that, we will find a greater threat possibly for damaging winds because that will be moving across an area where the air mass is more unstable. Also, the threat for some isolated brief tornadoes is certainly going to be there, I think. And again, that threat looks like it may be focused across southern Missouri down to about the state line. Also, I haven't really mentioned the rain. We've seen a lot of it where these storms have trained from, say, the Joplin area east across Lockwood and now into areas north of Lebanon. Some locations in there have picked up between 2 and 4 inches more rain moving through. So the risk of flash flooding and street flooding is certainly there as well overnight tonight. Now, that wave of severe weather that we find looks like it'll continue through probably about 3 or so in the morning, exiting our eastern counties at that point. We see a lull in the action through sunrise into the morning hours on Tuesday, but then a squall line will work in from the west. It looks like that squall line will impact the Ozarks sometime between noon and 7 o'clock tomorrow. And I think with that line of storms, it's looking very much like what we found back on Saturday. Damaging winds will be the primary mode of severe weather. Can't rule out some large hail. I think isolated brief tornadoes will also be a possibility. The flooding risk, though, looks lower tomorrow afternoon than with the activity that we're finding tonight, because I think that wave tomorrow afternoon is going to move through very, very quickly. Here's a look at our hour-by-hour forecast. And again, a stormy night ahead as this area of thunderstorms to our west continues to plow east overnight tonight. You can see at 3 o'clock in the morning, we've got this line bowing out across southern Missouri, and it looks like as it moves east of Highway 65 into south central Missouri, we should see a tendency for that activity to weaken. So again, the severe weather threat looks to be highest overnight tonight, again, over southwest Missouri down into the northwest corner of Arkansas, and it will diminish the further east that line of severe storms gets. This is the next line of severe storms, which will be working east into the area around noon, and it will continue to push east across the area through the afternoon. It looks like we will get this line of storms through the area by early evening on Tuesday. That means that we're not going to have to worry about a late night watching these storms. 7-day forecast looking better once we get past Tuesday. Wednesday looks like a warm day. Chance for a few storms off to the north. Maybe a severe weather risk with that up towards central Missouri. Thursday, Friday look like quiet and very warm and humid days across the area. Holiday weekend, the chance for showers and thunderstorms is going to be there. Maybe some isolated severe weather Looks like the better chances for rain will tend to be closer to central Missouri, but that threat for some storminess will be there. And of course, with the holiday weekend, a lot of folks out and about doing fun things in the Ozarks outside, they're going to need to be weather aware.
Do you see any of those days as being a complete washout, or is it just hit or miss?
Right now, I don't think any one of those days is going to be a washout, but I think that threat for storms is going to be there any one of those days, and it could come in the morning. It's not necessarily a lock that it's going to be like an afternoon, evening thing. It could be in the morning.
And as we get closer, definitely something to watch out for as you make those plans to be outside for the weekend. Viewers Club number, Jamie.
Number tonight, 129-647 is tonight's Viewers Club number, and our jackpot stands at $1,100.
All right, thank you, Jamie.